Yo, what's good, guys? Your boy Nuisance back at it again with another video. Today, guys, we're gonna be talking about purpose over pleasure. That's gonna be the topic for today. Um, Honestly, I can speak from experience. These last couple weeks, honestly, I've indulged in a lot of pleasure, and what I mean of pleasure, I mean like social media, Instagram, TikTok, a lot of instant gratification, instant likes, just trying to be social in general. And it's easy to get trapped in that rabbit hole, and it does have an effect on you. It could definitely affect your mood. It could definitely affect how you view life, how you view your life, comparing your life to other people. And personally, for me, it made me feel like I was behind. It made me feel as if I wasn't doing enough. I have to step up. And yeah, that may be true in certain areas, but me comparing myself to someone who's a multimillionaire at my age and telling myself that I'm not worthy because I'm not that person right now, it's pretty crazy. So I feel like that's what a lot of people are going through. And it definitely makes you feel like you're inadequate, especially in a young age. But the one thing I've found to combat that is literally just turn off social media, literally just do what you got to do, focus on your work, focus on your craft. Honestly, going to the library helps a lot tremendously. And I don't care what people say about libraries. There's this whole notion that going to the library is not quote unquote cool, but honestly, you get a lot of things done and you get to tap into whatever you need to get done to make sure that you self develop and self improve. Honestly, I have a video for you guys. I have a video by it's Messiah Talks episode 1. It's called Purpose Over Pleasure, as this video is titled, with Rel Chosen, Vontu Cut, and Beyond 5D. I don't know a lot about most of these people. I used to watch Vontu Cut a little bit here and there. He's more of a realist, like a motivational speaker type. So without further ado, let's get into it, man. Let's get just dive in.
I want to touch on too self-discipline. I don't even know if y'all really be thinking about that shit a lot, but when you self-discipline yourself, when you discipline yourself from anything that you want to do and say no to it with the intention of seeking your higher self and bettering yourself, I feel like the universe will like put everything in front of you type shit.
Just because you want to
Exactly.
exactly.
It's gonna meet you halfway. You don't gotta, what I'm saying, go so far to get what you want. It's gonna find you. You're gonna start attracting more shit. You literally attracting the life that you want. You're gonna watch your reality change, bro.
And that's
the camera's not rolling.
Shit. So like, you ever thought about going vegan?
Of course. I'm eating some chicken right now. You say
that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, what do you think is keeping you back from going vegan?
Just the want to do it. Like I don't really got enough reason yet. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't really looked too much into it, and I ain't really like. It's really just not knowing what it's like to be vegan. What's keeping me from going vegan? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, I'm enjoying this shit, but I might enjoy being vegan more, but I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm just keep
Honestly, that might be hard. Even up
hard.
You
never know.
I know you're right,
Yeah.
but it's like the sacrifice in a moment. You don't see the reward yet. Until, you know what I'm saying? You actually do it. So it's like I don't really see enough reason to go vegan type shit.
Like for example, like this
just the knowledge of type shit.
Like that's why I look at it as like you know people plant gardens and have gardens. You know why people do it, but you don't know the benefits, so you don't plant a garden. I feel like the second that you start studying the benefits from planting the garden, that's when you do it. Like, for example, everybody hears about going vegan, but it's like, what's the point? That's because I feel like nobody actually researches it because nobody wants to stop eating good food. So I feel like the second that you're researching and see people's testimonies about going vegan and seeing how good you feel, you're like, okay, let me get this shit a try. Hell yeah. Like 2 years now.
Yeah, honestly, I heard a lot about veganism as of recently. I've seen that people say that they report like higher energy, they have like more room in their stomach as far as like they don't feel bloated whenever they eat. They feel like they can accomplish more as far as like physical fitness and stuff because they could feel like they're not limited in their movements and stuff like that. So I think being vegan may be something to very well explore. For me personally, it definitely is. It will be a challenge because I never went a full day just eating nothing but vegetables and grown out the ground stuff. Like obviously you have your vegetables on your side, your mixed vegetables and stuff like that, but no meat at all is kind of hard for me. So I would definitely like have to weed myself into it. But I could definitely see it. Like I've seen people who done veganism, well, not veganism, who have went vegan, and they'll tell me the overall changes in their body, just like increased energy, just more sense of in tune with their body. And it's definitely something to explore. Even if you don't like it, hey, if you try it for a week, you don't like it, okay, cool. You can say that you tried it for a week, you didn't like it, and you gave it that shot. But let's get back into it. I ain't even tuck your ear off, man. Let's go.
You have been 2 years.
I
would like to say vegan, I like to say plant-based, you know what I'm saying? But it's like vegan alone, that's like a term, like it's a label.
Yeah, I feel like people look at being vegan as like just this whole different reality, and like just you're not eating animals, still got plant-based shit out there that tastes just like meat type shit. So
all right, so I want to hear all y'all reasons for why y'all vegan.
Go ahead, you
All right, so shit on some real shit, cause like really I did on some like I was just on some real like deep shit with it at first, cause it really came from a place of like I was on some real spiritual shit, and my belief was like if I keep eating dead ass energy, I'm just, you feel me, like I'm gonna be stuck on this earth type shit, because I believe in reincarnation at the time. And right now, I don't know what the fuck gonna happen at the end of the day. Right. We just gonna see. I don't think about that shit, because nigga, I'm alive right now. I'm thinking about that, folks.
Yeah.
But you feel me? That's the original reason I did that shit, folks. But at the same time, I'm glad I did that shit, because at the end of the day, I still feel like energy does transmute.
It does.
At the end of the day, I'm not a nigga that's gonna be like, yeah, nigga, go eat your, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, you eat meat right here. I don't give a fuck what the nigga eat. That shit don't make me shit. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I ain't gotta put that shit in my body, and it's really just, you got to understand where things come from and shit. Some shit actually don't come, like some shit comes from pleasure and shit comes from purpose, you feel me? Like I'm a nigga and I got a lot of purpose, you feel me? So another nigga with a lot of pressure, with a lot of pleasure or some shit, or he love pleasure, he probably won't be able to relate to me because I do shit out of purpose. Right. Like this nigga don't give a fuck for real. Like this nigga goes to the club to fuck bitches and shit like that. He not gonna listen to me when I say nah, nigga, like you feel me?
And I can relate to that 100%. Cause I remember when I first started my semen retention journey, right? And I would run into, people, average people, you know what I'm saying? And people that I would talk to in my daily and stuff like that. So, get into conversations, you run across it, be like, hey, whoopie woo, I'm actually practicing semen retention. However, that would come up in the conversation. And they'd be like, what? What you mean by that? You know what I'm saying? You're not nothing, you're not busting. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people will definitely clown you for that. But people only clown you because of lack of knowledge. You know what I'm saying? They only clown you because they don't know exactly what's the benefits of it. And then when they see the benefits reap, you know what I'm saying? The good outweighs the bad. Obviously you're going to have moments of where you feel overly sexualized or whatever this and that. And you feel like you want to, everything moving. And then there's other times where you have you have extreme rage because of all that buildup testosterone. But other than the drawbacks like that, it's the good outweighs the bad far more, and I feel like people, when they're not educated about certain things like that, they tend to take it as, oh, this guy is just weird. Like, why is he holding his seed? That's not normal. Because if you're around your environment, if everybody's doing certain bad habits and you're the one person that stands out, they're going to be like, why are you trying to go against the grain? So I can relate to that fully, man. Let's get back into the video.
About the present moment.
He care about the present moment, but nigga, at the end of the day, when you in that room with that bitch and you fuck her and give her that good ass dick, you're not gonna like when she going through your motherfucking phone. You're not gonna like when she doing shit afterwards. Like, and then the nigga gotta understand like how women work, bro. I don't give a fuck. you got good dick, cause she gonna wanna love you, bro. That's just how that shit is. So at the end of the day, me, I don't like toxic shit, cause I don't like all that shit. I'm chill as fuck. I don't like all that toxic shit. Like, yeah, I can go crazy, fuck all these bitches, but I don't got time for that shit. I ain't got time for bitches trying to set me up, fuck all that shit. I ain't got time for bitches, none of that shit. I ain't gotta say nothing no more. I ain't got time for bitches to set me up. That's the only reason I ain't about to be out here fucking bitches, fuck all that shit. I ain't got time to be dealing with bitch problems and shit. You feel what I'm saying? It is what it is. But at the same time, back to the vegan shit though, like I'm really glad I did that shit. Cause that shit a process. Like right now, I really just eat mostly fruit and shit. Like I used to be goddamn eating a salad every day type shit, and I just eat like pistachios, shit like tree nuts and shit like that, like macadamia nuts, Brazil nuts, shit like that. You feel me? Pecans and shit. You feel me? But goddamn now I'm just eat mainly fruit and shit. And like honestly, how I look at that diet shit, I just look at it as like whatever you want to feel, that's what the fuck you put in your body. That's how I feel. Right. Shit. So. Oh shit! I eat food because I understand why a nigga eats.
That's a good way of thinking, to be honest.
You bite on that shit, bro. That shit give like you a certain dopamine effect, and now you're addicted to that shit, and now you want to keep eating that shit. And at the end of the day,
you get from sex type.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Type of energy.
Oh God, and a nigga be attached to that motherfucking that crack effect, that dopamine effect, but not realizing like, bro, you really fucking yourself up because you still stand on that shit.
Word. Everything he's saying is facts right now. Honestly, it's the same thing with the fast food effect. Like you ever notice that when you order fast food or like if you eat some type of junk food, something like that, like he's saying with the Doritos or something like that, if I have one Dorito, I can't just have one Dorito, bro. I gotta get another one. I have to get another one. And then before you know it, I done ate the whole bag and I'm looking to buy another bag, you know? Same thing with fast food, you know what I'm saying? They give you just enough for you to feel like you ate, but it's not going to be enough. And then they pack it with so much ingredients that we don't even know that it's actually playing around with our dopamine and making us feel like, okay, we need more. We need to have it. Like, you ever bit a McDonald's burger, right? You know what I'm saying? And it tastes good, right? But the meat's so thin, right? You know you're going to finish that burger in like, what, 3-4 bites, right? By the time you finish with that burger, you really so satisfied with it, just the overall flavor and the way they made the burger and stuff like that, whatever they put inside of it, that you can't just stop at that one burger. You may even be full. You know what I'm saying? You may not even want to eat anymore as far as your body, but your mind is playing with your mind. You know what I'm saying? It's just like the fries. Can't stop at one fry. I never seen one person say, oh, let me get one fry and not ask for another one and another one. It's addictive. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that you could just stop. It's something that once you get into it, you get into it. It's just like any other drug. So the best thing that you can do is try to weed yourself off of it. Let's get back into it.
At the same time. So a nigga, right, I could eat a motherfucking salad, feel like that shit got hella flavor. I put my salad on, I put my dressing on that motherfucker, all type shit, I whip that motherfucker up. Now you might eat that shit and be like, man, this shit just some motherfucking grass and shit. It's because one, you've been eating meat so much, you got acidic taste buds and shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You used to acidic food. So you're not gonna want some alkaline shit, you're gonna want some acidic shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like you just gotta force yourself to get on that alkaline shit, but at the end of the day, it's all about a balance and shit. Like a nigga can still eat meat, just goddamn, you feel me? Incorporate that shit with some fruits, especially some motherfucking fruits, because honestly though, that's really all we really supposed to be eating. If we talking about like real natural shit, like the way that shit really supposed to be is really supposed to be motherfucking fruit growing on all the fucking trees out this bitch. It's just America so goddamn fucked up. They done fucked up all the goddamn land and all the motherfucking agriculture and shit. It don't be shit growing on the trees at all.
Yeah, they tore down all the female trees because all female trees produces fruit, and they tore that shit down. They planted all male trees.
So trees actually got.
Think about this.
Actually got gender.
And I honestly did not know that.
Yeah, that's feminine trees.
I thought like it was male trees that planted.
So think about this, right? When you see all these cars going on the roads and all this shit, it's not supposed to be concrete because concrete was made for cars. So they had to cut down trees to make concrete and make roads for cars. Yeah, so all this shit, all this buildings and shit is artificial. This shit was nothing but trees and fucking water. But they had to cut down so many fucking trees and just plant artificial ones to make this shit look nice. This shit is a blueprint of somebody's manifestation. This shit is not our world. This is a blueprint for somebody else's mind.
Oh God, P-Game, like y'all niggas go to Costa Rica or like Mexico, anywhere like that's tropical as fuck, bro. You can go outside, but you can see mangoes on the fucking tree.
Everywhere.
Like that shit you don't got to pay for. And then niggas don't, man, that shit get deep, bro. I ain't even like, cause every nigga got their own opinion when it comes to that diet shit. That's why I don't really like talking about that shit too much. Cause niggas like, oh nah, nigga, you eat this. Then niggas like to bring up the protein and the meat shit. Cause protein get fucking, bro, meat cows and shit get protein from eating motherfucking vegetables and plants and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's how they get their motherfucking.
Real shit. And you can also get protein from beans, from what I know. Like you can get protein from beans. There's other ways to get proteins. Obviously, if you're vegan, you can't eat eggs and stuff like that, but it's a lot of other ways that you can get your protein. There's even supplements, they have like these current, like, what's this, the powders and stuff like that you put in your drinks inside of your to make a protein smoothie or something like that. Yeah, so there's many ways around it, and there's more than one way to skin a cat, man. As far as veganism goes and stuff like that, I don't know about that. But as far as what they were saying about like with the trees and stuff like that, because I'm kind of jumping topics, but going to the trees, right, and stuff like that with the fruits, like that is very true. Like a lot of times you don't see trees that make fruits these days. You see mostly, like, okay, when I was in DR, right, that was really one of the first times I've seen like coconut come out of trees, stuff like that, and actually like real coconuts. Like you could chop it down, cut it, you could eat it, make something with it or something like that. Like I'd never seen like trees in abundance like make fruits, unless I'm down south, unless I'm outside of the city, like they say. Maybe it is a scam, maybe it is a whole plot, a conspiracy, but as far as I know, like especially in New York, like we don't really have like too many trees that make fruits. We don't even see trees that make fruits like that. I can never just go down to a tree, maybe in Manhattan, and just pick out a pear from off the tree. Like, nah, that's not. We have nuts that come out the tree. We have, that's about it. To be honest, we have nuts and like the little cherry-looking things like that happen almost every time it switches from summer to fall, but we can't eat those. As far as I know, only the squirrels can really eat those. Only like the birds can eat those. But yeah, let's continue, man. Let's continue.
And protein.
And plants get that shit because they be absorbing the fucking sun.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's all that shit just come from the sun. At the end of the day, bro, we just eating the motherfucking sun.
Yeah.
You feel me?
So like basically, right. So my reason for going fucking vegan, like when I first went into studying like veganism and shit like that, I was literally watching him and shit, and other people. Like he inspired me to do my own research on being vegan. I'm not gonna lie. Your approach is kind of like you kind of scared me to going vegan. I'm not gonna fucking lie. I ain't gonna say that.
Good.
So I was like, yeah, I'm glad. I'm so glad it's a good thing because if I wasn't scared, like he kept it real, right? If he ain't kept it real, sugarcoated it, I would never have the motivation to go vegan. So that shit like made me I'm glad I did that shit because like now, bro, the way that I feel every day is unfathomable to somebody that still eats meat. For example, say you still eat meat, you thinking like, I see how you might feel better, but I just love this shit too much. No, because you can't even imagine how good I feel because you're still on a whole nother frequency. So it's like when that shit finally detached from your body after 3 weeks, it only takes 3 weeks. 3 weeks without meat got you feeling so like euphoric, so lighter, you just can't even describe it. So it's like ever since that affects your mood because you gotta remember when you eating animals, you're eating hormones, you're eating blood. So that came from the animal before it died. Before it died, it was chained. They changed some animals so like the meat can be tender, so they don't move too much, so it can be more tender. They'll be so depressed and so stressed. Those are real life emotions. So when you eat that shit, you might not feel it effectively. It feels so good now, but when that shit fully digests, you can wake up and just like, I don't feel like doing shit today.
I can relate exactly to what he's saying, man. Like there's been times where I'll eat something and it won't even be a crazy meal. It could be a light meal, like some meatballs, maybe some broccoli, like I literally had yesterday. And man, when I tell you, like my mood changed. Like I was really up, like really in a high energy place. And my mood kind of just shifted as I ate. It kind of just like, oh, all right, let me lay back a little bit. Let me just recline. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never really understood the energy transfer thing. But when you go on things like retention and stuff like that, semen retention, it definitely puts it in more perspective because if you can understand energy in that aspect of keeping your energy, keeping your seed, then you can understand that everything It's transmutable energy, you know. That's why, like, especially when they talk about the Bible and stuff like that, they talk about how the pig is unholy and how it would basically eat anything, and how, you know what I'm saying, like, you're not supposed to eat the pig, and that transfers into a lot of things, because if it's not eating good stuff, if it's not eating like wholesome foods, then it's not going to be a wholesome animal. In return, it's not going to make you feel wholesome. It's going to make you feel shitty. So if you can understand that, then you'll be a lot more selective of the foods that you eat. But let's continue.
Sluggish in a bad mood. You don't know why you're having all these mood swings. It's because that animal that you ate, you are what you eat. Everything that you eat goes to your gut. Your gut goes to your brain. Your brain is functioning in life. So you eating fucking animals and shit like that, your brain is basically on a whole animal fucking mentality. That's why so many people's out here acting like a fucking animal, acting crazy, acting like they angry. You know what I'm saying? They get angry. They get angry quicker, and then when they get that anger, they react out of like an animal. They don't give a fuck about the consequences, because you have something called the prefrontal cortex, right?
Yeah.
The prefrontal cortex is responsible for cause and effect thinking. If I do this, this will happen. If I do that, that will happen. Logical thinking type shit.
Yeah.
So the more animals that you eat and the more fucked up shit that you eat, it lowers that fucking part of your brain. It makes it start functioning less. So now you don't think about the consequences. You start functioning like
you reactive part of your brain.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you just react and then you think about it later.
So look,
on God, yeah.
I'm about to got deep.
Deep as fuck.
That was deep as hell, man. Yeah, but overall, this is it for the video, man. I'm about to like end it over here. Dave's spitting some real knowledge, man. Go check out the channel, because the whole video, I've seen the video, so this is my second time actually rewatching it. And what I will tell you is that this video is very informational packed. So definitely check it out, especially those who's trying to get to veganism, you know, trying to, you know, figure out their purpose in life and how to navigate through certain shit. They definitely give you more of a peer talk. Like, obviously you could get these type of talks from mentors that's older than you and stuff like that, but it's good to see people like around your age group talking about this, because it definitely puts it in perspective to something where you could relate. But it's your boy Nuisance. I hope you guys like, comment, subscribe, share this video, and I'll be back with another one, man. Peace.